Hello, everybody. Okay, so Microsoft once again found an inspirationally effective way to piss everybody off, and her name is Cortana, which is a kind of an insult to me because Cortana was one of my favorite video game characters. And they killed her off in Halo to bring her into real life to invade everybody's privacy, so we're just going to have to kill her off in this world too. Okay, if you grant Cortana permission, and I'll pull her up here. If you grant Cortana permission, she will have an amazingly broad access to virtually everything you do on your computer. And as for all of us that have sensitive information on our PCs or care about privacy whatsoever, this is a big no-no. So, first thing you do is click no thanks. Now, and then she's going to complain and ask you if you're sure, and of course you're just going to shut her up. Now, at the moment, I know of no real way to completely eradicate her from your system. However, I do know how to stop the process from starting back up and how to deny all of the permissions. So, first thing you'll do after you deny that first introduction where she asks you for the initial permissions, you pull her back up again under Cortana and search settings and make sure that is off. The suggestions, ideas, reminders, and all that crap, just make sure it's off. And then search online and include web results. You don't have to leave that on. That will just put web results in your search bar down here. I always just pull up Google. I guess if you don't know what Google is, that's handy. But I always just turn it off. And then you want to click down here under other privacy settings. And there's a few things you want to go through while you're in here. The first one is under general. All of this is kind of just garbage. The suggestions and the smart screen filter and send to Microsoft about how I type and let websites provide locally relevant content. This is just, it's all garbage. I just turned it all off. Next is location. This is for the Metro apps. I know they run in Windows mode, but I still call them Metro apps in Windows 10. I always turn my location off. I have not found a reason yet to keep that on, unless you use those apps, and then you can. That's up to you, but I just keep it off. Let apps use my camera. I keep that off too. When it says apps, it's talking about those Metro apps. It's not actually talking about Windows desktop apps. It's talking about the Metro ones. So I keep that off. In the microphone, of course, I keep that off too. And under account info, let apps access my name, picture, and other account info. That's kind of a broad statement, other account info. I wish they'd list what other account info is, but regardless, I keep it off. Contacts, you can choose specifically which apps you want to. I don't use any of these. Oh, I don't know why PowerShell would need my information. I'll go ahead and turn that off too. Calendar, I'm actually okay with that. I don't care if anything accesses my calendar. Messaging, I turn that off because I don't have a Windows phone. That might be handy for somebody who has a Windows phone. I don't know. I haven't looked into the privacy settings and what that actually does on a Windows phone, but like with everything else, I just turn it off. Let apps control radios. That's fine. And background apps. This one's kind of important too, because this will slow your system down if all of these are running in the background. Like I don't know why some of these are back on. These should all just be turned off. This doesn't mean they're not going to run if you open them up, but it wants them to run in the background. If you use the alarms and clock, that one's okay too, I guess. And like I said, it might be different on the Windows phone. Also, like phone companion, I don't have a Windows phone. I don't know if you'd want to keep that on or not. On or off, but that's up to you. But for me, I use my desktop for work and for play, so I don't really need any of this. I don't even really need the clock running in the background, because like I said, that's not this clock down here. It's the Metro app. So I just keep it off. So everything's turned off. All right, now on to actually keeping Cortana from starting up in the processes. If you open up Task Manager and scroll down, look, there she is. There's Cortana. Like, didn't we just turn you off? And So the first instinct you would have is to just hit the delete key and take her out, and she just pops right back up again. So I found after playing around a little bit, I found a little trick, and I saw that other people have started using this too. I was expecting a little bit more of a solid method of getting rid of her, but this is all we got for now. There's no real way to erase her from the operating system without crippling it, it seems. So if anybody knows of a way, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Just let me know. But anyway, this method will keep her from actually starting up. So what you want to do, right click, go to open file location, and it's going to take you to this folder, and you're going to rename this folder. Now it's not going to let you. I'll just really rename it here. It's going to say this action can't be completed because it's still running. What you want to do, you want to end the process and then hit try again, and then it will rename it. And Cortana's gone. She's not in the processes anymore, and it will not start back up because it has the wrong directory. And the catch to this, however, is that I'll leave that open so you guys can see she doesn't start back up again. The search bar for Windows 10 will no longer work because she's integrated into that system. However, if you have a Windows 7 like search bar like I do, this is my my Windows 7 start bar. It still works. The search still works in here, and it still works for new files too if you download anything new. So it's still inactive. It just works. It still works. But the Windows 10 one doesn't. That's the only real catch I found so far. I don't see anything else that it's affected. But that's pretty much it. That's how you kill her off a task manager.